Hi everyone, good morning. It's Margaret Manning here with 60 and Me. Hope you're doing great this morning. I got up pretty early. The sun has been shining, and I think it's really been impacting my energy. I want to get out there and explore the world. But first, I'm having my cup of tea. I decided just to have a very beautiful green tea this morning. So this is my green tea, and hope you've got a tea or coffee or some other exotic drink that you're enjoying. And I just wanted to share with you something. I think it's time I share one thing with you that I've just been holding off on because I wanted to get closer to the date to really share with you an adventure that I'm going to be going on. Now, as I said, I woke up this morning with this passion for travel. I just was so excited that I'm going to be doing some really wonderful travel over the next few months. And there's something about thinking about and planning for a trip that is just so cool. I actually probably enjoy it more than I do not more, but as much as the trip itself. Just to getting ready, checking it out, planning my wardrobe, planning what I'm going to do, looking at the places, lots of cool ideas. And I want to share that with you. But what I really wanted to share with you was to start with the fact that I've been invited to join a Viking cruise in June. And it's a really wonderful experience. As you probably know, I went on a Viking river cruise a couple of years ago. And we did lots of video and took great pictures. It was a Christmas river cruise on the Rhine, and it really was spectacular. And I was introduced then to Viking and to the amazing work they do. They're a very unique line. They started, as a river cruise line, but they also, and I think won an award last year as the #1 river cruise company. But they really do put a lot of effort and attention to detail, and the cruises are amazing, truthfully, and I really enjoyed the river cruise. But the cruise now that I'm going on is actually on one of their larger ships. They've got, I think, 3 or 4 at the moment, and they're expanding all the time. But these are mid-sized, 930 people. I think with 600 crew. It's a really great ratio, and you're well looked after. But the boats are small enough that they can get into some of the smaller ports, or they're a smaller ship. But also they've got the size, so they can have amazing amenities like beautiful restaurants and the salon, the spa, shops, things that are not on the river boats. And so it's going to be quite an interesting cruise, and I'm already so excited. I can't believe I'm already planning things and getting organized. I'm even beginning to pack. Can you believe this? But anyway, I wanted to let you know about that. But most importantly, I will be writing and sharing the experience as I go, but I wanted to let you know that this time I'm going to be in some places that there just might be 60 and Me women. And of course, I know this is true. I'm going to be in London, I'll be in Edinburgh, and then I'll be in some places in Norway. Now, of course, these are very short periods of time, literally hours, but I think it'd be really fun if we could figure out a way to get together somewhere, somehow, and have some coffee or tea, just to meet each other. So I'll be giving you lots of detail on this as we get closer to the time, and if you can make it out, I'm thinking in London, I think I do have a full day, so we can maybe I come from the boat and we can just meet in a hotel or somewhere central. And we've been talking to each other virtually for 4 years now, and it seems like it's a really good time to try to get together. And also in 2018, I'm really going to try to do some travel to places where we can get our women together and and share some of the conversations in person. So that's my plan for the next year. But for this year, I'm going to do this wonderful cruise. And for the next few minutes, I just wanted to really chat with you about the fun of planning a trip. For me, I think I said earlier that I actually enjoy the planning as much as I do the going. And so I'll share with you a couple of things that I think about as I'm planning a trip. And hopefully you've got some fun travel plans for this year as well. And if you don't, as I've always said, there's so much you can do locally, and you can do the same planning, whether you're going to the next town or across the world. So the first thing I do, as soon as I've booked and organized the trip, is I go back online, because I've already obviously been online to look and check the tour. I will go back and do a bunch of research. I'll check the boat, or in this case, the boat that I'm going to be on. Or I'll do. They have beautiful virtual 360 tours now that you can, just check the whole landscape of the place before you even get on board. And the Viking website is really, really beautiful. There's an amazing video there by the owner of the company. The gentleman is he's really sweet. I know he started the company, obviously from nothing, and he's grown it over the years in the style of Norway's simplicity and elegance, and it's got a very interesting value system that underlines the company. But this video is all about travel and why we choose to travel. And it's not so much about Viking as it is just about, life is short and we want to do the things that bring us joy. And to see the world and share our experiences with other people is precious. It's a really nice video. I would really recommend you take a look at it and enjoy it just as a video. So anyway, I would then go and check out all the videos, all the pictures, if there's places where you can look at other people's pictures of the trip, and just immerse myself in the getting ready experience. What kind of towns am I going to be visiting? So what clothes might I need? What pairs of shoes, or what are there going to be any special events that I might want to dress up for? Or just to get ready and immerse myself. Take advantage of the materials that are given to you by the company, of course. They send usually a big bundle of information. And I remember this with Road Scholar when I traveled with them. I got like a binder of information, and it was so useful. And this is the same with cruise companies. They always give you a really good overview, and this give you maps and itinerary, and brochures that are full of really evocative pictures. So that's a kind of cool thing to be looking at. And planning is fun. It's just fun. I enjoy it as much as the experience. The next thing that I would suggest you always do is something I do, which is actually decide on my travel goals. I mean, I'm not trying to be so organized about it that it becomes like a strategic trip where I have to write everything down. But just think about what you're looking to achieve from the program. Don't leave everything to chance. I mean, serendipity in travel is wonderful. I've just had so many cool experiences in Bali and Myanmar and other places that just made me realize that you've got to kind of let go with travel. There's a magic to it. But you also can organize a bit. So write down your goals. Don't forget to do things like give yourself, of course, the freedom to just be open. So you can go on the shore excursions, or you can just hang out and read. You can just spend a day just sitting by the pool. There's no real rules you have to follow. You can do your own thing. But do remember to book things that need to be booked. On a cruise particularly, I was really surprised on this because I went on as soon as the massage, and I'm going to do one massage, how these things actually get booked up. And already, within the first 2 days, a lot of things were booked. Now, Viking has a great policy where for every town that you land, you actually have a shore excursion that's free. So you can just do that without any extra cost, and you get to see a pretty good, side of the place. But if you want to do something really unique, visit a special museum or go on a special train journey or cruise, if you're there for 8 hours, you have to book those, and they do have a little extra charge for those. So book those early if you are really passionate, like you've very much been looking forward to seeing this particular thing, doing a cooking class or something unique. So make sure that you've got that kind of taken care of, and then just load up your Kindle or your online your computer with books and things and videos maybe that you want to watch, things that this will be the perfect time to do. You're not going to have access to the internet all the time on these cruises, so just figure out what books you want to read and take real books, or take something where they can be downloaded to your hard drive and not depend on internet. Because a lot of the cruises, you really can only get internet from the library, or you can go to when the boat arrives in a town. So anyway, make it a total sensory experience by planning ahead with those things. The other thing is to get in the right state of mind to avoid disappointments. Now, as I said, no trip's perfect. Things are going to happen, and that's great. I love that. but at least get yourself prepared for some of the things you know probably are going to happen. Like it's probably likely that you might get a little seasick at some point. Maybe you've got a super strong stomach, but I always get a little queasy, even on trains. But be sure to take some seasickness pills. Make sure, of course, to take all your medications. Go to the doctor and get extras. Take your prescription with you. You know, just be really prepared on that front. Because even though travel's an adventure, you don't want it to be like so intense an adventure that you're stressed. So that's the first thing. You know, I mean, continue to see the best in all situations, and you know, just see the positive side of a bad situation. I mean, don't forget to come back to the ship and miss the boat or something like that. I mean, just, you know, obviously do those things as you need to. But you know, just the more you plan for positivity, the better the trip will be. So put yourself in an adventurous mindset and be ready for shifting gears. I think that's important, and get that in advance before you even get on the ship. Another thing I always do, and I advise you to do, even if it's not a cruise, even on just any kind of trip, is to learn a little about the local culture. You know, make sure that you have done your homework, that you've checked everything out, that you know, a little bit about the people that you're going to be seeing. Some of these places, you know, won't be speaking English. So it's always a really great idea to go online and at least learn how to say please and thank you and hello in the language where you're going to be traveling. Won't have any problem in London and Edinburgh. I don't know, that might be a challenge. They speak Scottish there. No, I'm just kidding. They have a great accent in Scotland. But, you know, there are places where you just want to learn a bit of the language and the culture so that you can talk to people. You know, you can get engaged. I mean, for me, that's honestly so much fun in travel, is just feeling, you know, that you've done a bit of preparation. And the ships, by the way, are great. I mean, they really do have a wonderful crew who will help you with this. They probably will hand out every night a little sheet that tells you exactly where you're going to be going and what to expect, and, you know, a little overview. So, I mean, cruise ships are wonderful in that respect. You really are looked after. And Viking honestly does a superb job. So I'm so excited about my upcoming trip. But anyway, that's a little bit of advice on planning ahead and learning, you know, a little about the history and culture. Enriches the whole experience. So that is my my announcement for today about this trip that's upcoming for me in June. I'll let you know more of the details in a little article in 60andMe. But you know, I'm looking forward to another wonderful adventure that life is giving me, and I'll be reporting and recording from that trip. So I do hope that you've got some fun travel planned today, whether it's just across the street to get some shopping. But please just have a wonderful, wonderful day and take good care of yourselves. And my question is, do you actually like to plan for your travel adventures, or are you more of a spontaneous traveler? Do you like to plan ahead for your trips, or do you like to just let things happen spontaneously? Well, I do hope that you've got some fun travel planned for the year, but just take very good care of yourselves. Have a wonderful day today, and I'll speak to you all again really soon. Bye-bye for now.